Buenos días, buenos tardes, y buenos noches, and todo el mundo. And good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to everybody all around the world. And thank you for joining us today for another Left 4 Dead 2 competitive shoutcast. My name is MK. I'll be your caster and cameraman for today. And today we have a Bloodfest Cup between Team Impact and Team L'Obscurite. And it is going to be the battle of the 4 and 2s, and I will be accompanied by only other than Nina. How you doing, my friend?
I'm doing great. Thank you for that introduction. We do have L'Obscurite versus Impact here, like you said, for the Bloodfest tournament. I'm kind of shocked that both these teams are 4 and 2. I mean, I casted a bunch of matches last week that were 4 and 1, and they were with teams that were not really quite this caliber. So I'm surprised that both these teams have 2 losses so far. Should be a great match. We see L'Obscurite has Yefway on their team here for this match, and he'll be on the roster for the rest of the tournament. He'll be joined by Dustburn, Proud, and Han.
And when this first hit will take the other side, Hunter not able to find anything. It gets a little bit of free spit damage. Tank gets the high ground pretty cleanly there. No, not a lot of damage. And he is retreating way back so he doesn't get shot. And then for Team Impact, we will have Healy, Spooky, Chad, and not quite sure who else that other person is who they have in here. I'm checking.
AMY, Kevin.
Okay, thank you, thank you.
Of
On this
course.
HUD for me, I don't know if you can see it, but I just can't see the whole name for some reason.
Yeah, it's a little bit tricky.
I can't really like do the
Oh!
console thing. Is that a rock? Did that land?
I don't think that there's
Ooh.
any way that that landed, but oh my god, that was kind of scary.
You gotta be. That window is dangerous now. I remember seeing a person
Yes.
get capped out that window in an RBT 5 tournament, Frag 4, if I remember correctly, pulled that
Oh!
off. And it
Oh
looks
my
like he's gonna go
god.
in without hesitation. This is gonna be Spooky's tank, taking the high ground. Looks like they would have a tri-cap without the smoker. No early pull for this one. He's gonna go to the right, which is interesting. He negates a bit of chip. He's already down to K. He chases them all out of the safe room, and he doesn't have an angle on anybody yet. He's down half HP. He gets his first punch at 2,700. Second, oh, he's out the door. Oh, this is dangerous. They cannot win. So far, the SI have not grabbed him. The tank is down to 800, and they have not done anything for him. He misses the rock. The Hunter finally lands. He leaves. He waits to go over to get a punch. He'll get, oh my goodness! He doesn't kill him, but it knocks him on the other side. And L'Obscurite is very lucky there and all, and just kind of average tank coming out there from Team Impact, from Spooky.
This tank is so explosive. You really don't know what you're going to get. Typically, especially with it being right as they walk out of the safe room like that, it is going to be a harder tank for the SIs to be able to get good value with. We currently, by the way, do not have a charger here. Don't freak out. It is just the Poo-2, so there's not a whole lot the Impact can do here, but I think that they're worried. I mean, they held this hit for kind of a long time. Maybe needs to hit it the ladder even because now they're just sitting on a Poo-2. And the thing is, MK, if they try to press the issue and send in a hit here, L'Obscurite is just going to be able to run to the safe room.
Yeah, and I'm surprised that it doesn't seem like L'Obscurite is aware of the hit at all, no. You know what I mean? They don't know it's a Poo 2. I think they're concerned of something really of taking a lot of damage here. And here they go for the push. The free spit goes out. Survivors get in cleanly. And no, now there's, I think this is safe room.
Huge.
And L'Obscurite
Oh, yeah.
is going to put up a massive point delta against Team Impact here. And I don't think anything's going to come in the way. Wait, the jockey's trying to grab somebody. Knocks Lewis out the window, who takes fall damage, by the way. That was a 4% fall damage fall. I mean, he didn't get anything with the jockey, but he did make a fall out the window there and all. 465, 764, Chapter 1. Very good from L'Obscurite here.
Absolutely. Absolutely. This is better than expected. Against Impact. Impact definitely going to be one of those front runner teams at the forefront of most people's mind when they are, if they were to look through a list of the teams, especially once we get to playoffs, when it does get pared down to 32. Impact is going to be one of those big ticket items essentially on the list from a spectator perspective as well. So this is already going to be an underdog matchup here for L'Obscurite, even though L'Obscurite is like always on our streams and they're always doing pretty well and holding their own. This is going to be a tough match for them, and 764 is not a bad start at all. The question is, though, this tank, it's got those potential for damage. It's also got the potential for a no hitter. It really could go either way, and we will see how it plays out now that the survivors flip over to Team Impact.
Yeah, and one of the other matches that I did cast on Dead Air which was from another World Cup. We saw 4 opening wipes right in a row, and I don't think that the score that Lobscurity I think was higher than all those chapters put together, if I remember correctly. So it is pretty big if you could survive this first chapter, because if that tank is before 50%, no, not 50, like 40% on map 2, you're fighting that in a closed room, so you're getting a minimum of 2 win caps, I would believe, with the tank. Minimum.
Yeah.
And it's very hard to survive that tank fight. And if you do, usually you have like no health bonus left, as Dustburn has control of the tank for Lobscurite, and I believe the sack order will get them a charger. I mean, not a charger, a hunter and a jockey. I could be incorrect though.
We will see here momentarily. As you can see, L'Obscurite did not manage to get any damage onto the survivors, which is kind of a big deal, as always with the early tanks. You prefer to get a couple survivors to that 96 point. Jockey's gonna land the rock as well. Okay, well, no. That was, I don't know what that random stand up was, but regardless, Chad not gonna be taking too much damage to speak of. Does go down to 88, which is noticeably less than, that 96 breakpoint. So they got one player below the breakpoint, but other 3 still at 100.
Yeah, and they got to stack the boomer here quick. I don't know what his frustration's at, because it's a little glitched out at the moment for us, so we can't quite see it. But Dustburn looks like he has to start to transition over. He does. Trades a little bit of HP for that rage. He has no sight right now. He needs to get up there. He's got to be close to losing it. He doesn't even have full support. He has a smoker, though. The smoker is being pushed, being hunted down by Bill, but the tank is nowhere close to that smoker. Okay, he turns now after he loses. Oh, the charger lands. The smoker's not there. It does get cleared. I'm sorry, no, I did take both of these tanks. He gets a punch. There's a jockey that lands. He got his corner. Another punch in cap, and he gets out. I apologize, but it went in pretty quickly there, no.
Of course, yeah, we actually have a recommit situation here with Dustburn. He's going to take the rock. Actually, I don't know if that rock even landed. He decommits there with 1,000 HP. He does noticeably get an in cap, though. I mean, that's a pretty big deal. Also, plenty of random jockey damage coming out. It was kind of a strange hit, but an even stranger defense. Really useful skeet onto the hunter, going to kind of stop this hit in its tracks despite the triple boom. They will go ahead and finish off Dustburn. Charge is going to actually run away and maybe try to set up some shenanigans or go for the non-boom players, what he's going to go for. And he's not going to get anything for his efforts. And in fact, that is, I mean, let's be real. This death charge here in Chapter 1, it's kind of like a pug move, or, a move where the other team, it's kind of a disrespect. But they're not going to have the attempt, and they don't even have an SI up for it. He finally gets assigned the hunter. So now we do have a 3-1 here at a pretty important choke point, as we do see the SI starting to spawn in. But that charge was pretty interesting, to say the least. I would have loved to have it here, but that's in the past.
Oh, and shout out to Adam for the raid. Appreciate it, my friend. Welcome Raiders in for the match.
Much love.
2 top teams going to fight it out here, and they're going to go in with the tri-cap. The Spitter tries to stay alive, but gets the pound spit. A pull, give it a hang. Okay, this is going to delay, so they're guaranteed at least one more hit now, plus maybe a little damage from hanging, maybe 1 or 2, as they're down to 66.9, and they will meet up one more time at the safe room with a special infected. I don't know if they're going to all have time quite to be in ready position. As a Spitter, look where he's at now.
Goes for it. Hail Mary spit. Not going to be able to spread. Francis just stands still. Smoker comes out, not onto anything though. Charge will land. The alarm goes off again. Not a huge deal. Yeah, not going to be able to get an additional spin in there, but they do win the round. Obscurite does by about 50 points. Nothing big, but humble beginnings here for the underdog.
Yep. Points are points now, so they're up a little bit. We'll see where this is tank going to be on the next chapter is what I'm really excited to see. I want to see if we're going to get that tank sitting in at like 20 to 40%, or we're going to get the late tank, which is much more survivable, but does have its own dangers as well. So we'll see what it gives us. And we're going to get it post-event now, so it's going to be survivor-friendly, so we might see a dead air match now. This is possible. We don't see any wipes.
Yeah, that is quite unique here. I think Dead Air doesn't make a ton of competitive appearances, at least not for 2024, 2025. It has kind of been popular. I can't really say popular, but definitely a niche option in 2025. To make it an entire week is a pretty bold decision by BloodFest tournament, but I'm certainly not opposed to it. Especially, I prefer this tank. I do feel like when you get the tank on the inside, there's definitely skill there too. But I prefer the kind of skill expression that comes out in these kind of more attrition based fights, and just kind of a less straightforward game plan. You know, you're not going to just the tanks. Strategy is so straightforward when you have just an all-in commit tank. You just go in, try to get your double smacks, try not to get meleeed on your back while you're doing it. But to have it later on, have the rock, have all these different options available to the tank, it opens up a lot of avenues.
Yeah, so no matter what, we're the opening attack. I don't know if they're going to try to stack the boomer, see if they'll wait on the fire escape, but I think if the boomer stacks, they go right away. At least I would, and maybe they can catch the survivors off guard, but it's not really a high ping game, so it's no real. I don't think the hunters getting DPs will be quite as often as the other game that we casted and all. I don't know if you were there for that one with the high ping. There was quite a few DPs coming out. I think we had 325s, if I remember correctly, that went out in one game. And I said whenever a 25 land that I would do a raffle, and I do remember doing 2 of them. So remember, 25s lands, we start the raffle right away, always for a bunch of free comments.
Go.
So, and this is a chapter that you could definitely get it in now, especially out right out of here when they come out these garage doors. If they choose to go, then hey, never know, it could happen.
Yeah, this is a really interesting point. There's a lot of options right away for impact. Option number 1 would be to look for some kind of boom sack. Obviously, if that happens, the survivor team is going to try to press the tempo, try to get to a favorable position while the SIs only have 3 up. But even that can open up opportunities where the survivors are rushing, high tempo, not necessarily super grouped up, maybe not 100%, taking care of every possible strategy that Impact could come up with, and they could get hit with a Hunter Jock in the spit and still take a ton of damage. Obviously, the other option is to just prioritize hitting S4, prioritize killing the boom second, and getting a good follow-up hit. I think both are valid options. And then another wrinkle is, of course, like you said, going for DP outside, or maybe go for the ladder play. We'll see in a second what Impact thinks the move is here. When you're looking at a 2-2 Hunter Jockey, none of the options look particularly attractive, but you know that you can make something happen if y'all manage to land.
Here we go now. After a 4-minute break request from Yaft, but he did return lower, so technically we're starting early here, according to his request. But all right, looks like the early attempt to go for the... Oh, there's going to be. They're going to go for it. They land the boom. This should clear out all the commons now from the outside. Not all of them, but just about 80% should come to the door. They're having trouble getting over the fence, so let's see if they delay. Nope, they're rushing. Are we going to get a 25? It looks so. I think we're going to wait for the fire escape now.
Yep. Spit maybe coming out first, no, just giving audio cues. Hunter
Oh!
will land, not quite 25 DP, but still able to get in there. Plenty of spit damage coming out to Lewis. We even get the smoke spawn in, which immediately goes for it. Not finding a ton of value, but I mean, the damage speaks for itself. Again, 15, 16% there. And it just shows, you know, if you try to press the issue just because you get a boom sack, that doesn't mean that you're going to get out without incident. And guess what? The Charger's up now too. Potential shenanigans on the way. He sends it. Charge spit. Gonna just catch it in. Boom stumble inside? No.
Picking on Han now. They're really picking on him. That's twice in a row they send everything on him, you know? So they're starting to stack, and look at the value they have gotten from it. 2 hits, over 20% damage. They choose to stay outside here with the spitter being up. There won't be a charger, so maybe that's why they stay out here. It is safe. There is no death possibilities unless you get something really janky with a smoker and a hunter combo.
Early spit gonna go out, force Zoe down, but they're gonna instant clear the smoker into the jockey, clear the hunter in the air. Yeah, you toss those to an upper level team, they are going to land those free skeets no problem. Until I say that, and then they eat a nice little 25. You never know, but you know, 9 out of 10 times they're gonna be able to deal with that. Speaking of, though, we got the tank coming in here shortly, and a lot of potential damage coming out.
Let's go.
They're gonna need it. Impact would really like some good damage here. They haven't even had to pop pills yet. As another hit comes in, and it's not dealing a whole lot of damage really at all.
Yeah, I think that was the first attack. They didn't take a lot of damage, no. Unfortunately, those first 2 were wall-ups, and Impact will have their next tank into the hand of Kevin, and looks like he's in. Take it away.
Oh, okay. I don't know about, okay, yeah, just gonna send it all the way in. We just got 100 Smoker up. Not gonna bother with waiting for the next one. Yeah, in cap, straight onto Han, as that was the sensitive player that we talked about. Padded the way open, immediately getting the second. And that is possibly going to be it. Charge actually leading the way, maybe opening a window here for our 2 remaining survivors as they shut down the Hunter as well. Smoker over by the side. That curve rock will be able to land. Huge for Impact's tank, but he still has 2k HP. There is blood in the water. The writing is kind of already on the walls, especially since they're not challenging this tank enough. Almost walking to another. Oh, gonna walk into a hit there. Gotta clear the smoke, which they will be able to do. Boom comes out, finds 1. 1500 HP left on this tank. He should be able to continue to just wait it out. His first pass here, gonna continue to go. Jockey cleared. I don't know, dangerous territory, but it looks like he's gonna be able to seal the deal as he knocks Yak off the building, and down goes Smoker. Is it gonna get the clear? 1 second left. That's definitely one way to finish it off. It is going to be the de facto tank wipe there. Obscurite not quite clearing 1,000. And that is possibly going to be a problem, MK. But at the same time, I mean, the tank looked as straightforward as run at them and hit them. And that seemed to be effective enough.
Yeah, the wipe comes out. I'm surprised the tank ran in right away. The survivors were not ready for it and all. There was no chip on him on the way in. The late pill popped as well. And it looks like the idea to go in worked out. There was a couple of commons that got him in second corner. Zoe got cornered immediately. And now Impact can blow this out of the water if they can survive this tank fight. And L'Obscurite desperately needs to get the kill, at least on one survivor, in my opinion.
Absolutely. Now we see Impact's answer here to the boom sack. They're also going to go for the pretty much instant rush. 10 seconds left on Han. SI is not spawning in yet. They eventually spawn him in. Jockey, oh, that spitter's not going to cut it. He doesn't even shoot out. He gets picked. Impact's going to be able to climb up, taking minimal damage, and L'Obscurite is in the hot seat.
Yeah, the one survivor didn't even look at anything but that spitter spawn, and it worked out in favor. He did get capped for the penalty for looking at it. Took a little bit of damage, but no, you know what? I think I'll take 11 damage and have all the team healthy any day for that choke point.
Yep. Absolutely. You gotta do what you gotta do. And yeah, I mean, I felt like L'Obscurite still had plenty of hope with the amount of HP they had, but obviously Impact is way outdoing them right now. Pre-spit into the smoke. This game played down.
Ah!
What? Even the death charge to finish the job, Chad himself goes down, and that is certainly going to put a damper on Impact's hopes. With this take, as another smoker pool is coming out, and I mean, don't get me wrong, that first hit was excellent, but with the player dead, it's looking like the wheels are going to fall off the bus real quick here on Chapter 2, as we're going to continue to have a really close match.
Oh my goodness, the depth charge set up. The survivors heard the smoker. 2 of them left immediately, when they heard that smoker pull.
Yes.
And the one teammate stayed with his friend but got common locked, and the charger was ready for it. What an infected combo. L'Obscurité desperately needed that, but Impact can still survive this tank? But the only thing that I don't like about it is they only have... Oh, the charger tries by himself, not going to get anything. But they have 2 shotguns, 1 Uzi. Said it'd be really difficult to kill this tank with 3 this way.
We do have the spit blocking the way for Bill, but the tank does have a way to go. It's going to be Yefway against 3 members of Impact. This should be simple enough, but he's not going to instantly run it in. He is going to start going for some rocks. Wow.
Boomer?
Whoa. Francis is... Oh my god. The movement out of Healy.
You know what? I think Impact think they can survive this without a problem. They're playing really aggressive to get this chip on Yaft. And I think it's a really good idea. I think they need to be a little bit more aggressive, to be honest.
Yeah. Your backs are against the wall here. You got to make a high risk, high reward play here. Because if you take a low risk option, it's just going to end in you dying.
He's in. No. This is the big one. Oh, look at him. They're going to run back. They're going to try to play ring around. Oh, the other gets skeeted.
Okay.
The jockey gets killed. He is now alone. There's only a smoker to help this tank. Yaft is going to have to chill. Oh, he hits a rock. And he's going to be able to decommit and wait a little bit more. And all the tank only lost a little bit of his health, but he is down to 4,200. 3 survivors that are separated. This smoker grabs him. No, but he cannot. And now we're going to have a Boomer and Boomer and 2 cappers come up here. This is very possible now for Impact to survive.
I love it. They're not going to count themselves out. They're going to do exactly what they need to do. Playing out of their minds, 1 boom will be able to land, and that can have a big impact with only 3 players up in this tank fight. And in fact, Yaft is going to go ahead and climb around, trying to take advantage of the opportunity. Charge missing. Hunter skeeked it. Francis is eventually in the corner, getting smacked a couple times. Down he goes. 2,500 HP on Yefway. Hunter jockey rather lands, and that should be the end of the deal. It only took 1 SI, and that is going to be able to seal it.
Got ammo. Ran out of ammo.
Yeah. No surprise, no surprise.
Nothing you can do without ammo. They'll wipe out as well. So we're going to see safe room, wipe. Typical map 2. Not the tank that we're used to seeing it, though. And that's what we'll do going into Chapter 3 with a 51-point game in favor of L'Obscurité.
Very reminiscent of circle, circle, dot, dot. We got safe room, wipe. As we head to the construction site for Chapter 3. What are we going to get? A 36% tank. Okay. Not typically what I think of when I think of this Chapter 3 tank. What are you thinking, MK? Initial impressions of this early tank spawn?
Man, no. It all depends if they get this before event. That's close. I thought it was like 37 where the tank spawns. So they might actually have to hold out this entire event. There is no rush forward, if this is the case. So if this is the case, that means we're going to watch the survivors take 3 or 4 special infected attacks before they spawn up this tank. And I don't know if L'Obscurité is really familiar with this chapter or Impact for that part, because this is a pretty long event, especially if you don't rush forward. Because if you rush forward, all those commons in the back will despawn, so they disappear. Makes the commons a little bit less if you go up forward and hold out. So it's a big factor. So that's not a possibility here. So that's going to call it all, Nah. It's either you're going to take 4 hits or you're going to take 1 and fight the tank. Big
They're
difference.
gonna have this first hit regardless. Charger, smoker, jockey, and a boom. And Francis is just immediately pushing up. This takes a lot of options away from the SIs. They're gonna try to double on him. Yeah, Charger will land one full smackdown. Rare for a Charger to not get cleared before it even lands on the ground against some of these teams with a dry charge. This was gonna be able to get the full smackdown. I'm gonna say that's still a win for Impact. 7% with no spit. It's also spread around as 3 players dip below 96 HP, and we have got the tank in 1%.
Alright, so that was wrong. I wasn't sure where it was at, so it's probably more closer to 40 now. For that tank spawn I was talking about. So they get lucky here. They get lucky. And if I were the specials, I would just be hitting. There's nothing to save here for. Unless they really want to push it and like try to hit exactly when it comes up.
I mean, they have pushed up quite a way. The tank is not being brought in yet. Oh, gonna sit in. They are very split, but just split. Oh, double cap on the back line. That is going to change the outlook of this hit dramatically. That Charger was a little bit lost in the sauce. Originally, it looked, but without any L'Obscurité members to back him up, I mean, that was just a misplay by L'Obscurité being so spread out. They take so much damage, 20% to be exact, and yeah, that is that's not ideal.
No, they lost 25% bonus 2 hits on a map that you really shouldn't take that much damage on. All that's a lot, and they cannot rush forward. It's not a possibility. So they have to stay here. We're going to see these attacks come in probably 4. Here comes the first one. Boomer's going to pre-spawn. Spit's going to go out and pre-spit. Charger gets stuck, so never makes it down. Smoker pulls down successful into a proxy on an already boomed Han. So they get a couple of percentages out there, and Han looks like he doesn't want to make a move right now and stay exactly where he's at. And he's in danger if he stays down there, but Zoe to the rescue. And they should be able to get up there without using all their pills, but the jockey is in tow now. They got to get up quickly.
Yeah, they're
be all right,
they're going to try not to pop any pills at all. But the thing is, Dustburn and Han are so low that they literally, one of them could get in cap this hit. They shouldn't, but they could. We see the DP being lined up right now by a Resident Hunter player. Let's see, who is that? We got Spooky lined up and ready. There's some patience here from Impact, but this could be a very high impact hit, depending on how L'Obscurité play it.
I wonder what they're waiting for. They can't rush forward. I think this is just lost hits, but maybe they're just content with how much damage they had. They just want these exact spawns.
Yes.
So I think that's the case
Such
here.
a huge hit.
Yeah, so I was putting my view on the Hunter here, waiting for the 25 attempt, but I think everything's going to be held for now, the alley. I don't know if I 100% agree with that and all, but I think they could have squeezed one more in, but it looks like they just want to play it safe, so no matter what, that alley does not get pushed, and they have to retreat back.
Okay, Chad's going to be the tank. I believe Chad is a spitter. So this is kind of just the best possible outlook here for Impact. In comes the hit. Charger not going to be able to find it. Jockey will. Tough to get inside. Hunter trying to cover for the Jockey. Only a little bit of spit damage. I mean, hey, plenty of damage done by the time the tank is coming in. Dustburn is already bleeding out as well. Tank going to be in the hands of the one and only Chad. And now that we're here, what's the game plan for the tank? Does he have any hope for rock play? I think he can climb up, right? Go for some rocks, possibly. But, of course, the dumpster is going to be very important as well.
Ooh.
Double cap attempt.
I don't know. I don't know if I would get rid of the smoker in this scenario. It's really hard to say.
Right.
Yeah, because you might be able to get a pull down in a dumpster that he gets in an advantageous spot or something, but Chad's going to retreat to high ground just to avoid chip. Just lost 160 and change at the moment, so he's still pretty healthy. Still first pass as well, but they got a Magnum on him, so he's got to be careful. That HP could disappear really quickly.
Does drop down, going for the dumpster hits. He's lost 400 HP. Actually, just kind of buying him some space so that he can eventually climb up here. Got the downward facing curve rocks, which can be a force of nature for sure. Survivor's able to block against it. He goes in, lays on the head. That guy is down. Yeah, play. One Punch Man is Chad. He's going to follow up with a corner on no. Not quite able to corner Lewis. He continues to run, but he's got a good split. And a Hunter will immediately capitalize on that. As he stands up, the tank is going to finish his food. 2 players down. The other 2 are grouped up. We got a jockey, a charger, 3600 HP tank, and I think this is the end of L'Obscurité. Another wipe here on Chapter 3, and this is gonna be. Hey, we thought Chapter 2 was gonna be bad. They got bailed out by a death charge. There are no death charges leading into this tank. I'll say that much.
Oh, they might be able to kill it. Yeah,
it's
oh, he
crazy.
missed! He missed!
Dude.
He missed the shot! That's a dead tank!
No way.
And they're gonna get wiped because of that miss. Nothing he can do about it. The tank does die! But they wipe out again! And 1149 is all they're gonna be able to put up for 3 chapters. And again, no, I can say this a second time. Team Impact has the opportunity to blow this one out of the water again.
Absolutely. Absolutely. We'll just have to wait and see if it comes to fruition or not. It's absolutely Impact's, the ball is in their court. L'Obscurité is just a passenger here for the ride. Will Impact make some life-altering misplays? Or will they have a pretty straightforward path into a potentially large point lead after 3 chapters?
Yeah, the tank not going for the hittables threw them off. Yaftaway was not ready for that. Yaft was not ready for that at all. And he got punched off the top into in-cap. Not something that Team L'Obscurité really needed. The pull forward is self-cleared. The jockey doesn't land. The jockey and the smoker couldn't grab the non-boom survivor. The charger had faith and they didn't land it. Good shutdown by Impact. There's a little bit of damage coming out. And they should get this event started in position without issue.
Yeah, L'Obscurité almost survived that tank on this chapter, which was pretty crazy. But you can kind of tell that the vibes as a whole are pretty much in favor of Impact here. They are... I don't know. Let's see the hit. Beautiful skeet. There's a great example. Just a dry skeet. Oh my god, they still land some damage, but the charge takes him out of the spit. I don't know. They still take plenty of damage there, MK. Zoe taking plenty of damage in her own right. Were those just common scratches? I mean, hey, L'Obscurité is getting the damage in.
Yeah, they are. They got to get more, though. No, if they want to try to keep this... Oh, they're hunting down the smoker, I think. No, he backs off. I thought they were going to give that smoker for sure. And it's going to be a tri-cap with that smoker. Boomer will be the support. They're going to go here. Smoker gets a pull. He lands. But he gets cleared before any damage comes out. Hunter pounces away. Looks like he's just going to wait for the next hit of the Boomer. It was Yaft. Like, he's going to hold this for the tank spawn? Yeah. This tank could be going right in now. Oh, no, he gets a 1 boom. There's still this event is not over. This is risky. And Han, I think, no, is going to go right in right away. I don't think these commons are going to be over.
Why? Okay, let's see if that's the move. As we look back on the map, there's plenty of commons here. Impact is full focus on them except for Spooky trying to go for... No, Spooky, yeah, everyone is just going for commons. Still at 6k HP is Han. Finally getting a little bit of chip in. And it looks like they're going to slow down the tempo a little bit.
Ooh.
Oh, was that fall damage? Anyways.
Oh, no. This tank is failed. He's not going to get anything. He has no hittables. They just get him a pounce. They're just desperate for damage. This is going to be just an in-cap. Maybe not even that. We'll see. He gets a punch. He gets the pills off. Oh, this is a mistake. This will be damage bonus, but he gets out of the corner. And he doesn't get in-cat, but he gives up 16% of the DB, making the tank a little bit better than average now. But he doesn't make the jump onto the platform. No, what hurts so bad. Unfortunate.
Not only does the jump fail, but he lands right in front of those survivors who are completely protected and able to just treat it like a firing range. Jockey into the spit, getting around the corner. It does get cleared, but all the common lock as well. And it's something that you highlighted. For example, the pill pop. That to me made sense. Obviously, I mean, from the where we're looking, we're like, oh, the SIs are dead, you know, blah blah. But I feel like Kevin felt like, okay, we just need to not get wiped, and then we're gonna get plenty of distance. We're gonna be in the lead after this chapter. But I think that they could pocket watch a little bit more and consider their options, because if they continue to play super clean, they could be walking in with an unmatchable amount of points. You know, at least it might feel that way as they go into chapter 4. As they do manage to shut down that hit, they get a set of pills, bringing them back up over 800 bonus. They continue to press forward, and they are approaching the parking lot with a ton of bonus in hand.
Yeah, ton indeed. That is 831 points, and they're gonna have. They're not gonna even need to play the last chapter, but that double charge lands. The hunter does not cover. He goes by himself for Chad. The jockey lands in the back. The boomer's getting bullied. They can't clear it.
Bro.
Oh, this is so much. Oh, look at it drop down 200. Oh, geez, that's almost 300 points worth of damage. Bill is common lock getting beat to shit underneath. And he eats the pills all the way. That's 400 damage. Wow, what a hit and all.
It just shows you, like, being perfect 90% of the time is not enough in this game. You can't be perfect 90% of the time and then just have 10% where you just completely self-destruct. It's just something that you can't do in this game. They lose half of their bonus in the blink of an eye, and the other half is not super well protected. Like, that bonus was very well insulated. Hit is ready to go. This time they do have a spitter. They would have loved to have a spell on that last hit. The charge comes in, does get cleared extremely quickly. Hunt spit is going to be good, but dips him below 400 bonus left.
Ooh, quite a few common slaps coming out here. There's at least 6 since they killed the hit. That's a lot of just common damage. It is a bit dark though, and they're trying to push. I don't know if they're going to get that last hit. Maybe a scratch or two, but they're walking in with 300 plus. Boomer comes in, tries to slow them down. Hunter from the back. Charger gets a spawn up front. Oh, he doesn't even land. No punches. Wow.
Whoa.
A whole crap of friendly fire at the end, though. And he'll take it down to 355. And now they have a commanding lead now going into Chapter 4.
There was absolutely no urgency about blocking that door at the end either. That could have easily been a multi-charge. If the angle was a little bit better, I feel like Impact kind of showed that their fundamentals are amazing, but maybe not the highest mastery here on Dead Air. Just looked really, really, really incredibly sloppy there for the last 20%. And again, even though they were so locked in, they almost had a 1,400 point chapter that they were looking at. And they ended up far short of that. But it's still a lot of points. It's still a, what?
750, I think.
750 point lead. And a 42% tank. So there is still possibility here for L'Obscurité, especially since that crazy, crazy finale is always an opportunity here on Dead Air.
And only because it does have 2 tanks now, because it makes the value of that chapter 800 distance. So absolutely,
Yeah.
That early tank though is really something to deal with, because you got to look at it like this now. When you open that door, that tank is up. And that means you need to walk down that pathway. You need to get down, clear out the multitude of common infected that's waiting for you, just the commons. And the tank is already in tow. So that early tank is really hard to survive, and it could go a devastating way, but the Charger just gets a fist. Jockey lands, no spit damage really comes out of it, just a little free spit onto one of the survivors, and not bad for considering nothing really landed but the Jockey.
Yeah, I felt like it looked like such a promising hit out of L'Obscurité, but again, gotta land your individual SIs at the end of the day in order to be able to make something that looks like a good hit into a good hit. That's going to be worth 4.5%. Still not bad from L'Obscurité for sure, but they have been eating the damage on their survivor side. So, you know, that's still a little bit left to be desired. Charge will get in with the SmackDown Hunter at the same time. Jockey trying to get for scratches. Boom for scratches, and there is a nice hit. No spit necessary.
Ooh, the tank is just behind the wall.
Ooh.
Ooh, if that was 1% sooner, I think that'd been a firing squad. No, on that tank.
Right.
He loses at least a K, but he'll retreat to high
Ooh.
ground, and they start this event because I don't believe any commons will come. So this is a smart play.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of fun. It's like some of the events during the tank will spawn the commons, some won't. Again, just important to know your ins and outs of each campaign. Proud going to be the tank here for L'Obscurité. Very long-standing member here of L'Obscurité, and probably actually the longest-standing on the roster here tonight. So we'll see if he can do L'Obscurité proud at a time that they need him most here. Going to be joined by a Smoker Charger and a Hunter, and he is in. No Hunter. I'm sorry, no Jockey. Going to have that Charger instead. 3,800 HP already as he goes for his first in-cap. They chose to go slow tempo on the supported side. 1,700 HP, not even able to get the corner. Double cap, make it a triple. The clears are quick. It's all getting tossed up real fast. The damage was pretty good. One more spec. Down goes Chad. But so does our tank. As we get the pickups here coming out, going from 44.2%, it does jump up to 56.7 as they pop their pills. Honestly, I guess it is a good tank, but I expect it to be a little bit more impactful as far as bonus win.
Yeah, it was definitely above average tank for sure a little bit, but unfortunately it's just really hard to get a wipe in that scenario. They're going to get a pull forward though. Spitter's just going to make sure it stays alive and delay the survivors from pushing, I believe. Yeah, they're going to have to wait here. Jockey's going to stay alive, it looks like. I'm surprised they don't go hunt it down. Minimal damage. And the Jockey gets out with 1 HP. He has 1 HP. No, look at that. 1. Uno mas. So he'll go to back about 163. He has 163. And they're going to attack with a Charge Hunter and Spitter.
They need to hit Chad. That would be a great target. Obviously, any damage is going to be good. When you're against a team of this caliber, Hunt Spit will manage to land, Charge will not. Jockey gets cleared quick. They do get something, but it's going to be on Healy. And that DB is going to continue to be protected. 1 hit left.
Yeah, the survivors you want to hit is either Chad or KMY, no, because you don't want to hit anybody who has permanent and temporary HP with a Pound Spit. It'll minimize the total damage you get, but they do manage to get what they got. And it looks like they're going to be in the safe room quickly. Here goes the Smoker Polo. He gets in there. Oh, the Charger not able to find it. And, wow, I think that was a quad try that got melted, if I saw that correctly. And they'll walk in with 43.2%, giving them a campaign total of 2,875. And no, this chapter is worth 1,600 if you're perfect. I mean, completely perfect. So there's not a possibility of taking a lead. The best they could do is bring it within 150. And I don't know. It's going to be difficult. And also, shout out to Montex. Hola, ¿cómo estás, mi amigo?
Much love over to Montex. Yeah, great round for Impact. I think it was just wishful thinking as far as when I expected there to be more bonus loss from that tank, because the truth is, he got his first smack at 1,700 HP, and there were good caps, but he didn't have his corner with the triple cap, kind of double cap, really. And the clears were just, they were what you'd expect from a team of Impact's caliber. So the damage is good-ish, but was it enough? The sources would probably say no. But again, one of the unique things about Left 4 Dead 2 is the potential impact of the finale, weighing on the minds of these players as we finish up Chapter 4. Of course, we've got to see a good chapter out of L'Obscurité first, right? Let's not get too far ahead of ourselves. They've got to perform well. They've been having issues on the Survivor side, taking a ton of damage from Impact's hits, so this could just be dead in the water right here. We'll have to see how these first few hits go into the tank.
I think the magic number they need is 20. I think they need at least 2,300. I mean, down 500 is reasonable request to go into it. If you can get that early tank, remember now, that early tank, you get 0 points when that door opens. So if you get wiped to that first tank, you get nada. So that for that reason
Yeah,
alone, if they can put it up of 2350, no, yeah, 2350, which is what, a 700 point bonus, they'll need about 65% bonus. That's absolutely possible.
yeah. I think even I actually think on a as wild of a finale as this, it could even be more, and you could still feasibly go finale. And the reason why I say that is, in addition to the fact that Impact can literally get 0 points for the chapter, the tanks are highly volatile. They very heavily hinge around landing hittables. And that is just an extremely volatile way to play the tank. So I would be good down to go with it, even if I'm like 1,000 points down. YOLO, give it a try. Try your SI side at least. But like I was saying, let's see L'Obscurité's Survivor side of Chapter 4 before we get into it. Charger will be able to find Zoe into the spit, maximizing the spit damage. Smoker, get in there, and the death spit as well. And this has been L'Obscurité's issue. Just outclassed as far as the Survivor versus SI matchup. They're just taking a lot of damage, MK.
Yeah, that's big, all the way down to 92.8. Good opening attack coming out from Team Impact. It looks like L'Obscurité is a little slow on getting out. Spawns are getting ready. They're going to try to go quickly. The Hunter is not going to be able to do anything. Charger, there's nothing right now, so it looks like they're going to hold. Nope, Boomer goes in for a sack. Nope, they're going to attack. Hunter lands. Not cleared. Hello? Oh, that's a lot of damage now. The Charger getting damage, and that double up again down to 86.1. Rough start here for L'Obscurité, taking B damage with 2 opening attacks.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, what is there to really say? It's just Impact is so good at clearing up those SIs. And when you watch other teams play the Survivor side, it really clues you into how fast they are with their time to kill. I mean, that charge was able to get 3 smacks in while the Hunter was going the whole time. That would have not been allowed on the other side, it feels like. One boom onto Zoe, and our tank is looming overhead. It's going to be the one and only Healy here to potentially finish it out for Impact.
Interesting where they're choosing to stay. It looks like they're going to try to run from this tank when it comes in now. Yeah, I think they're going to try to stay away. This is risky when you do so. You bunch up. Take it away now.
Okay, just go ahead and bringing it in. Jockey Hunter Smoker. Hunter does land with the stumble. Never something you want to see. Textbook Hunter play. You even got the setup on Zoe straight to the corner. Beautifully done. Dustburn goes down. This is such a winning tank out of Healy. Smoker is off over on the side. He's actually going to go for the grind out, which is absolutely insane to me. But all the survivors go to deal with the Smoker, so he's just going to go for it. One more smack. Dustburn is going to go down. Certainly one way to end the game. And yeah, that's going to be really tough for them. I guess they could make it to the safe room with bonus. But way to do it in style as he takes the gamble and wins. A rare gamble at that.
Yeah, I am really surprised they were able to get that death. They were just able to sneak it out. I think if they realized the tank was almost dead, that they could have actually picked them up just in the nick of time. But they weren't aware of that the tank was going to die as they run back for a despawn. They're going to go for a quad right before they make it around the outside where the normal vent would start when you trigger the metal detectors, but that has been taken away and changed. I remember that time, though. I remember that time. Different era of Left 4 Dead.
Different era, yes. I'm always like, yeah.
By the way, I don't know if you remember now, but when you went through that fire detector, there was non-stop 4D made the safe room. That's what it used to be.
Oh yeah, I mean, I was a huge Left 4 Dead 1 player. That was my shit. Back in the day, we've got a quad though ready for. I mean, it's a 3v4 quad. They're trying to shut this down. They do land a 2, turn it into a 3, and that is the wipe. L'Obscurité not calling the GG quite yet, but they are down 1,400. Maybe they're just waiting to die off because this is looking over even to the most optimistic minds such as myself.
Yeah.
Okay.
We're going now. We're going chapter 5. I think they believe if they get the wipe with that early tank that they could do it, but man, now, even if they get the wipe with the early tank now, they're going to need 600 health bonus. 600. That's tough on a long chapter with 2 tanks. And the first one's very hard to deal with. You know, if they don't get the wipe, they might just GG.
That's what I was thinking. That is always an option. You give it a try, you see if you get it, and then otherwise, no need to waste anyone's time. Not that I really feel like going for. I really feel like that's not a great mindset to go. Like if you agree to play a tournament match, you should expect the finale to be baked in. Like you shouldn't be upset if a team wants to go finale, even if it's unlikely. If the points are there, I say it's 100% the other team's prerogative to be able to go finale, and you shouldn't get too upset about that. L'Obscurite is going to make one of those fringe calls to go for it. They maybe want to make a point. They maybe just want to see this finale against the top team. Whatever their reason may be, I say go for it.
Yeah, and I do like the fact that a lot of these finales were balanced by Zone Mod creators. Shout out to Derp Duck and Sir Please. Some of them have been balanced and
Oh
changed a
yeah.
little bit to make them a little bit more playable or more reasonable to survive. Some points have been deducted from certain chapters, of course. And to be honest with you, since some of those changes have been made, and I've been watching Left 4 Dead all my life now, and there was an area where a couple of years that finales were frowned upon, and it's actually quite nice to see them come back into play the community and played a little bit more often than probably like 50% of the time. And look at this.
Oh.
And that jockey lands, and this tank could end it right here. Oh my gosh, that's so dangerous. He doesn't go in, he lets it go, he retreats. I don't know about that, Han. I think he had to go for it right away. That's just my opinion now. Just me.
Still dealing with the commons. We got another great attempt. You can see how volatile it is. If those hittables can land, it's completely game changing. But if not, you're in the middle of nowhere, and your hittables are even further in the middle of nowhere. Han is going to continue to play with them. Big smack, no good. But we do have the smoke into the corner, not quite. Well, Bill continued to get played. Oh, Hunter's going to go for him. Hey, Hunter's missing. Oh, he is eventually going to be able to land that. Maybe he can play off of this. 4,600 HP left for Han, the E-Rock, and okay, down goes Sealy, crazy. We got some comments as well as he runs around and goes for a curve rock. Actually, no curve needed. Spooky runs out and says, what's up? I mean, this is still doable. Han double teaming the split with the jockey. Now Chad, and he runs. Look at the charger. He run down. Okay, it's going to get lasered down. Jockey's still putting on big damage as the tank deals with Zoe, and Zoe is going to be slow as she gets up. She already popped her pills. She's going to go down as well. We got one of the survivors, Boone, 500 HP left on. I do think Impact has been able to stem the bleeding here, but wow, what a statement this has been. What if they could try to do something Rock? He's not going to tank it, though. We only got one player picked up, and this is looking to be the beginning of the end here.
Yeah, I think they tried very, very relentlessly, but I don't think it's going to matter in the end. I think Han is going to have to stay in the distance and stay alive for a chance, because as soon as this tank dies, the points go up, and that is it. So Han needs to stay in the distance, and it doesn't look like the survivors are going to start it, because they know the tank is just down to, 24 HP. Last chance for a rock. Oh, he gets it! He should be able to run away and stay alive for a bit longer, maybe? Yes, he can!
No way.
Oh, they're chasing him. He's dead. Yeah, he's done.
Legendary attempt from Han, to say the least. 216 damage put out with no hitables. All of Impact bleeding out, but they will be able to... I think there's more pills around here, too, aren't there? Well, regardless, they will have... Yeah, as they start to grab at least one set, they will be able to hold out with... And they do grab another set. This is going to be free distance. They get over 3K. It's going to be so damn tough here for L'Obscurite at this point.
Quad sack. They know they need to go for it. They have no choice. I think they're going to go hide upstairs in that little area.
Oh, wow.
Where'd they go? Yeah, that's where I thought that. I'm not quite sure where they're going. They're just going to put their back on the wall. Yeah, I'm not going to put their back on the wall.
Smart.
Gonna make it really hard for the Charger to get in there. Oh, this Charger is gonna be pretty much useless. No.
Yeah, very cool use of just an improvised anti-quad spot, trying to optimize what they can. Hunter does have actually a spawn back there, which is cool. Charger not going to be able to get it. Quad does get shut down.
And the points are rising, and they're going to need more points needed from Lobscure and Tatum out the comeback. That was a big one there. They're up to 3,107. So right now, if they would walk in with just this, they would need 1,000 bonus. Yeah, I think it's almost out of reach.
The distance does continue to climb. Keep in mind they can get up to 800 distance, and they are already over halfway there. So that is certainly something. Charger, Spitter.
They're going to go for it again. They have no choice. They already got so many points now. 444. Still tallying up. It's going up quick, too. Not like some of the other campaigns where you watch the finale tick up quite slowly sometimes. This one's going up rather quick.
Weapon over here.
No mercy. Sorry.
Another quad attempt here for L'Obscurité. Hunter does spawn in first, hopping around, drawing some attention. No, beautiful skeet. 2 shots out of Spooky, and it's done. Jockey does manage to land, but no problem for Impact. They are going to be able to survive plenty of time until this next tank comes out.
Come on, this fight ain't over.
So they're just going to down Spooky to make sure he gets a lot of HP when he's black and white. And I know what Spooky's waiting for. Eat those pills. You're bleeding. Spooky has something to prove now.
No downside.
He's like, I'm not eating it. There we go. Spooky flirting with death's door here. Black and white coming into the final tank, but they have already accumulated 544 points additionally. And his big bucks. 2,000 point delta right now. Oh, look at the separation. Oh my goodness! So close. He missed. Oh, he gets a punch. Oh, they're shredding this tank. Oh, they're shredding this tank. Oh, he's in the fire. He's going to burn to death. Smoker's going in. Hunter trying to find a target who can't win. I missed it. I don't even know where KMY is. What is KMY doing? He's in another time zone. I don't know what KMY was doing. And they're actually going to survive this tank too, so the full distance will happen minimal as the XDs come out from Yap. Still no idea what KMY is doing, completely separated from the squad.
Crazy, crazy, crazy. Okay, down they go. Gonna continue to rack up the points. 600. Charge just come out. Hunter landing also, but the hit is dealt with, and distance continues to go up.
Spooky is almost dead, and so is, I believe, Healy? Is Healy almost dead, or is it Han?
Not sure.
Yeah, it's hard to read with the way that the names are tally up there, but we have 2 survivors, our VNW. And Chad has all their bonus. Yeah, and Chad has all of their bonus. And they're going to let KMY die. Because he left the team.
KMY deserved.
And that should be Team Impact locking it up, getting full distance with 3 of the survivors, almost 4. We'll wait for the final points to tally up when this plane takes off. Probably about almost 3,900, a little bit shy, if I did my math correctly. Let's see. Nope, 2786. So that gives a difference of what, 2,000, about 2,350?
Yeah. Just about 1,500 bonus.
That's all. Just 15, just 1,500. Yeah. Just 1,500. That's
not a big deal.
I mean,
they need almost all the bonus.
Yeah, they do. You're right. 800 distance is like not even close to enough. That only gives them more like 2200, and then you're still down 1500. Yeah.
Small fry points.
I mean, from a statistic point, technically it's possible,
Ooh. Technical statistic standpoint,
but as a
do
Left 4
have a
Dead
possible
caster,
match here.
now, we all know what the writing is on this wall, as we always say. But they're gonna try. Let's see what they could do. Final chapter coming out. Opening hit, Tricap, Smoker Charger, Jockey, Spitter.
Ooh.
Oh, they bait that Charger.
Angling.
They get him. Oh, look at this. They didn't spawn the tank yet. Oh, there we go. There we go. There we go.
Billiam. Oh. 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 Whoa. Whoa. The hunter does eventually land. Plenty of damage there. Tank is in. Oh. Poor Dustburn is going to go ahead and go down. Han's getting chased. Be careful, Han. Oh, a little bit too far there from the tank. 3700 HP left as he goes for the certified Corey decommit. Craziest decommit you've ever seen right up here, as he's just scaling the boarding tunnel. It goes for a fall rock. The Era. Oh man, gets Han into the corner, and Han's gonna be going down as well. Go for the nope, not gonna pop the spills. Oh, gonna get set up for Lewis here. He's down the corner as well. We got a smoker onto Han. Good sidestep. Well done. Boom gets picked as well. Trying to deal with this tank, but MK so much damage. And yeah, this is significantly less than the 1500 benchmark that they need to reach.
Yeah, they're gonna need to find a couple of health
Dustburn's
kits.
dead!
Wait, how did Dustburn die?
They said his time is. He said, "Why you stand in the spit? Just let him die." Punt, Jock, gonna get the 2-cap. Oh,
Are they gonna die here?
Dirty. Not quite, but it's pretty damn close.
Yeah, I don't even see how Dustburn died. Was he in-capped? I think that's what happened,
Yes,
right? Okay,
yes.
he was in-capped.
Yeah, he got in-capped right at the start. They just left him on the ground.
Oh shit, shout out to Hambone for subbing for Infested. Jeez, I missed that. Bad MK.
Hambone,
Bad
infested.
They're gonna try to put up more points. Here they go. Hunter's pouncing around. They do have a tri-cap. The Boomer's unsuccessful though. There goes a smoker pole. Already cleared. The Hunter does land. Who does a Charger? But everything's cleaned up pretty respectively as they walk in with a fashionable group, 112. Shout out to many of the music that I've played when I DJ'd over the years, and even on Ready Up now. I like them. Good band. Just saying.
Alright, so now we get some very interesting gameplay here while we wait for Impact to maybe go for a quad. Try to, quad him here. Jockey goes in first, and then I'm assuming the smoker comes out next. Gonna land up front. It's a nice little double cap. Maybe the quad's unnecessary. The spit comes out onto the smoke target, and down goes Proud. They refuse to pick the smoker. They don't want to let it go too. And you know what? Impact's fine with keeping this spit, fine with keeping this boom as well. That little double boom. No. Gonna get into the way. Look at the spitter hanging out. Oh.
That Boomer was really smart. That Boomer was brilliant. Uh-oh, nah. You see it coming? Is it coming? Here it comes.
Yeah,
Here it comes. Oh, he missed it. He's not able to get it.
F1.
They got to get a pickup like now. He's almost dead. Okay, they're good.
Yesterday. Hunter? No, Jockey? Hunter? Anything? Oh.
You okay?
Got a smoker now as well. Hello, where you going? Oh, double cap. Smoker. Nice cover, dude.
Oh, he's dead. They didn't get him. Oh, the double move. Time is ticking. Can they make it to the tank is the question. Don't think so.
Clinic.
They go through all the pills already?
Blood drive. Oh.
And now the separation happens.
Oh no.
They're gonna fend for themselves. Who will be the last one standing, Han or Yap?
A little mini game here.
Han's the first target. Oh, he gets the F2. All right. Oh, he misses the Hunter though. It's gonna be all Yap by himself.
I love Obscurity wants to make this as difficult as possible for Impact, but I think the Sharks gonna be able to finish it. And there it is, GGWP across the board. Pretty, if you ask me, pretty decisive win there for Impact. No major surprise. It just felt like they came better equipped for dead air. They definitely had some open pockets there where it was like some questionable decisions, and that did give Obscurite a couple glimmers of hope. But as a whole, Impact locked it up.
Yeah, winning with a campaign score 3,786 for Team Impact and Lobscurite 1601.